Have you ever had the desire to reach destinations in our country that you've never seen before? Discover places known for its mystery and quite enchanting natural wonders. As I wandered through the beautiful spots in this mystical island, from the aqua blue waterfalls, motorcycle road trips, and rich coral life from beneath the island seas, everything was truly so enchanting that I want to discover everything that this island has to offer. So join me in the second part of unraveling the mystical island of Siquijor. My afternoon journey in Siquijor begins with Lazi Convent, located in the town of Lazi, Siquijor. The Lazi Convent, along with the San Isidro Labrador Church, plays an important role in the religious and historical beliefs to the people of Siquijor. The convent was built back under the supervision of the Augustinian Recollet Ministry under Father Toribio Sanchez back in 1884. Hence, it's already 140 years. The ground floor of the convent is made of coral stones, while the second floor is made of hardwood with timber and iron framework. Measuring to 42 meters by 38 meters, Lazi Convent is said to be the biggest and oldest convent in Asia, and the construction was completed in 1891. Parts of the convention were destroyed and removed. However, the main structures remains the same. This convent is definitely a great influence of the Spanish era. We had to pay an entrance fee of 20 pesos to see the inside of the convent. You should not really miss out to appreciate the heritage and history that comes with it. After exploring the convent, I went outside to appreciate this huge Balete tree, which is also as old as this convent. Just outside the convent is the San Isidro Labrador Church, which is also a great influence of the Spanish era to the town of Lazi in Siquijor. 15 minutes from the convent is Cambugahay Falls. Cambugahay Falls is located in the south side of the island in the town of Lazi. Tourists have to pay an entrance fee of 20 pesos to get to the falls. It is a downward trek of 5 minutes. You have to be careful in your steps because the stairs is made up of huge rocks. In our way towards the falls, we met many tourists going up who had to stop to catch on some breath. The trek is not that slippery, and make sure to bring a water bottle with you in case you get thirsty when you get back up at the entrance. As we reached the entrance of the falls, I was surprised by the number of tourists who are already enjoying the area at 4 p.m. This is the most crowded falls that I've seen so far in our day trip. Cambugahay is a 3-tier falls. This is the first level of the falls, and we decided to go to the second level. Getting to the second level of the falls is quite slippery because of the wet soil and rocks, but it's not that far. Trek to the second tier of the falls was quite an enjoyable one because of the pathwalk of rocks on the riverbed and the bamboo railing, which you can still hold on for support. As we reach the second tier of the falls, we've seen more tourists doing different activities. There's a lot of picture taking and Tarzan jumps happening at the top of the falls. There's also a Tarzan swing at the side of the falls that you can ask for a video for 20 pesos. I tried both the Tarzan swing and the jump at the top of the falls, and they're both really fun. I only tried jumping from the falls and the Tarzan swing because there's just too many tourists. There's a raft that can take you to the bottom of the falls that can fit 5 people, which you have to pay 50 pesos as well. Because of the crowd and many activities that you can do in Cambugahay Falls, I highly recommend that you go to the falls at an earlier time so you can have more time enjoying these amazing waterfalls. The next destination is Paliton Beach in the town of San Juan in Siquijor. It is just a 20-minute ride from Cambugahay Falls. I really enjoyed my time in waiting for the sunset as we arrive in this long stretch of white sand beach. There's a lot of seagrass on the sand area of Paliton Beach, but the scenery is still quite lovely as I tried to wait for the sunset. However, it was quite cloudy that day, hence you were not able to see the sunset. There are kids playing frisbee at the side of the beach, and there's also many local tourists chilling on the side of the beach as well. Aside from swimming and chilling, there are many other things that you can enjoy in Paliton Beach. There are locals selling street food and grilled seafoods which you can enjoy. There's also talented locals who can take a creative video for you while you use the swing hanging beneath the coconut trees, and the fee is only 50 pesos. Just watch how Kuya makes this creative video for these 2 kids. Make sure to come here before the sunset so you can also have the beautiful colors of the beach in your video as you use the swing.
Sige, kailangan nakasmile.
After capping off the first day of my solo trip in Paliton Beach, I already went back to Tori's Backpackers Inn. For the second and last day of my solo trip, my goal is to get to Tubod Marine Sanctuary and other places and other stunning destinations which I haven't been to. This is Tori's Backpackers Inn in the town of Lazi, which is the hotel that I booked in Agoda for my 2-day trip. The place is really very nice and quite relaxing because it has a lot of trees and nice plants and is very accessible to the beach. Tubod Marine Sanctuary is this beach located at the back of Tori's Backpackers Inn. They have an in-house restaurant which you can go to when you get hungry, and I am quite happy with my accommodation because my stay is only 680 pesos per night, which I booked through Agoda. My room has a small outdoor porch which I can access the Wi-Fi, and this fan room is good for 2 people. Although I didn't like the yellow light for the room, it is still very spacious enough to organize all of my stuff. As we begin the second day of my travel, we decided to go first in the hidden beach in Kagusuan. It was far from town and it was around 30 minutes of motorcycle ride. It was not easy for us to get there on a Sunday because we had to go through the long way since the entrance was closed. Maken is not my tour guide for the day's trip because 2 kids from other tourists missed him and wanted him to be their tour guide. So Paul is my tour guide for today's adventures. After going through some steep and rocky areas going to the beach, which I didn't film, we have finally made it to Kagusuan Beach, known as the hidden beach in the town of Maria. The beach was absolutely stunning and this is very comparable to the beaches that I have seen in Palawan, so make sure to tick this in your bucket list when you get here in Siquijor. There are some local families enjoying the beach area at that time. I took a few videos underwater to try to find fish, but Paul said that the fish were too far from the beach, so if you're coming here and you don't know how to swim, make sure to bring your own goggles and your life vest so you can enjoy the water in Kagusuan Beach. Also, make sure to bring your own towel and mat to sit onto so you can rest and enjoy from the sand area for a while. Just be cautious because there are a lot of sand mites which can bite into your skin and leave nasty marks. The water is not that high, but still be careful if you're not a swimmer. Here is me attempting to do some floating and swimming in Kagusuan Beach. This is the view at the top of the entrance of Kagusuan Beach, which we are now headed out to as we now attempt to go to the next beach destination in Siquijor. After the quick swimming in Kagusuan Beach, we went straight to Salagdoong Beach. The vicinity of Salagdoong Beach is more developed than the other beach areas in Siquijor, but we did not pay any entrance fees here. This is because renovation is currently happening in the area of Salagdoong Beach, and they expect this to be completed and operational by next year in the summer. Also, because of the high and strong currents, swimming is strictly not allowed for tourists. But the facade of Salagdoong Beach is definitely so stunning and enchanting, you would really not tire in taking as many photos and videos that you like. Also, walking on the side of the beach is already relaxing enough for the experience. I actually took 1.5 hours exploring this beach area at the other side of Salagdoong Beach. You will find a Chinese-owned establishment that offers diving and snorkeling. Because of the enchanting and majestic view from this dive point, it is definitely the beach that I would really want to come back to, so I can experience the 10 meters and 5 meters cliff jump and swim as well in this enchanting view of the waters of Salagdoong Beach. Our next destination is Mount Bandilaan. Mount Bandilaan National Park is considered the highest point of Siquijor, which is 557 meters above sea level. So going to the top of the viewing deck would be an amazing way to see the surrounding towns and islands around Siquijor. Our steps towards the highest point of Mount Bandilaan was surrounded by several flora and fauna endemic to the country, and a lot of these was the national plant of the Philippines, the anahaw plant, which is truly a beautiful fan-shaped leaf plant in its rich green color. Paul said that it would take us more than 100 steps to reach the peak of Mount Bandilaan, but our steps towards the peak was actually very relaxing because the shade provided by the plants and the breeze did not make me feel weary in our steps going up. After the 100 steps, we finally reached the viewing point where there are local tourists having their snacks. But we still had to walk about 5 flights of stairs to get to the very top of the viewing point, so patience is really needed for you to get to the top of the viewing deck. When we reached the viewpoint, it was unfortunately cloudy. If it wasn't cloudy that day, we could have seen the 3 major islands surrounding Siquijor. Dumaguete, my starting point island, and where I took the ferry to get to Siquijor, Cebu, and Bohol. And if only the sky was very clear, Mindanao could actually be seen from this viewpoint. After 30 minutes of exploring the amazing view in Mount Bandilaan, we now headed towards Tubod Marine Sanctuary. I decided that this will be our last destination for the day because the sea was very much calmer at 4 p.m. And also, this is just 5 minutes from my accommodation in Tori's Backpackers Inn, so I can get an early rest. I had no plans of partying that night because I really wanted to just rest and relax. There is an entrance fee of 50 pesos to the Tubod Marine Sanctuary, and there is also available snorkeling gear for 50 pesos as well. I bought my own snorkeling gear for this trip. You can also opt to use a life vest in your snorkeling, and you have to pay 50 pesos to use it for the whole day. After wearing my life vest that I rented, snorkeling gear, and setting up my good old GoPro Hero, I was all set to start snorkeling. This snorkeling adventure is quite the highlight of my day because I wanted to see and encounter the underwater life in Siquijor, and I'm using my old GoPro Hero 5 to capture this in video. But I'm hoping that one day I would be able to upgrade to a better version of GoPro so I can better capture the more stunning underwater beauty of the Philippine seas and the amazing underwater life in the Philippine waters. After seeing a shoal of fish, meeting Nemo underwater, and seeing a blue starfish, I can definitely say that this snorkeling activity was a very successful one, and also one of my best experience in this 2-day solo travel adventure. I was not able to explore all of the tourist destinations of Siquijor, but I'm pretty sure that I will be coming back to Siquijor and bring a friend with me so we can see all of the other places that I haven't seen in Siquijor, the falls, the caves, and the cliff jumps. I'm really looking forward to explore the enchanting natural wonders of Siquijor all over again. I also really hope that this video helped you navigate to the best places that you can explore in Siquijor and will help you plan your next trip in this mystical island. I hope you subscribe and see you again in my next solo travel adventure.